So I'm gonna share with you the story of how I got out of my burnout through van life.
Look out, they're coming for you, baby. Better watch your back. Sneak attack, stay sharp. Don't ever take a shot at dark before you know you've lost control. Look out, they're coming for you, baby.
Hey, my name is Bruno and thanks for joining me on this journey through Portugal, Spain and France. I'm a musician, producer, artist and I manage an independent record label. I'm very lucky that I can work from anywhere. When I was younger, I skated on a high level and you can still very often find a board beneath my feet. It's still a place where I feel most at home. I left the busy city after having a burnout and I went searching for some people.
I'm Roy. I'm Lotte.
Some people that have chosen an alternative lifestyle.
I'm Shalley.
People that live off the grid in a van.
I'm Sarah.
To see if this life is something for me.
I'm Kiki.
I'm discovering their stories and their reasons why they did this. Meanwhile, I'm chasing sunsets and trying to find the best waves around Portugal, Spain and France. Looking for those hidden gems, those calm places, beautiful beaches and hopefully meet some nice people along the way. Thanks for being here. But this journey started back home in the Netherlands. I'm 27. I live here, I have a music studio, I have a camper van, I live off of music. I can travel anywhere when I want, I can work from anywhere. Sort of like a dream scenario, which I sometimes still can't believe. So, to make sure I believe it, I thought it would be nice to document it. And I think I'm gonna be very, very happy in like 20 years. Or if I'm in a rough patch somewhere to be able to look back and like, hey, things are good as well, or can be good. In this period of my life, I was working a lot. I was trying to create an album in 3 months together with 6 different vocalists. It was a very ambitious idea. And next to that, I also spent a lot of time with friends, hang around the city, and I got a new camera and kickstarted this filmmaking journey. I also started to get my van ready for this big trip. I had to clean it out, put all the stuff in, but it was a bit too much. I drove down south to a place called Sens in France. One day my body just said no. I was just done. It was just too much. And I stopped everything immediately as much as I could. And it feels like it was really the beginning of burnout. Exhaustion or over-exhaustion or like the tension in my body. I just couldn't get the rest. I think getting out of the city in the van was a good choice. And I'm really looking forward to what it all brings and where it goes. Yeah, but it was scary. It was realization that it can all change so quickly. I mean, I was happy. I was doing all things that I liked. And one day to the other, my body just said no. And I guess I wasn't paying attention good enough. And the next morning I got ready to drive on and I drove all the way to Moliets in the south of France. So basically I had a burnout. I was laying in bed for most of the time of the 3 weeks before I went on this trip and I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to go, but I chose to go for it anyway. One of the best decisions I could have made. Here now on the 2nd of April, that is the day, it's empty. There's like 5 people in the water. 5 more people on the beach. Everything is closed in the city. They're renovating the whole city. All the streets are torn up, but yeah, I'm happy I got here. It feels good to be at the beach again. It's beautiful, you should see it. I haven't been feeling so good lately. So my body just shut down. I was blocked, I was tired. And I feel like I'm slowly awakening again, emerging from the dark. So after the beach, I went back to my van, spilled a lot of water everywhere, and slowly started cooking a nice meal. My default's always to go for some pasta, because it's easy and quick, and I made something quite delicious and comforting for after a long day of driving. It's really good actually. And then I continued my journey to Portugal, and I stopped in a small village close to Salamanca. Went for a quiet walk. There were barely any people around, and the silence is always so calming, especially after having a very busy mind for weeks. It was nice to have silence around me and some nature and be able to breathe and to calm down. I arrived in the middle of nowhere in Spain. Wait, let me check where I actually am. Oh yeah, wait, Huerta. Huerta is the place close to Salamanca. I drove for another like 7 hours today from Moliets, from the south of France, to now arrive here for an overnight stop. I'm actually quite hungry, so I'm gonna cook some food soon. So I guess I want to dive a little bit into like what van life is, why I chose to do this and what it means. And I think we live in a time which is so difficult to live in. More options than ever, more choices than ever. Keep coming back to wanting to spend more time with people, spend more time cooking, sharing things with people, and exploring the world and being in nature and doing something meaningful. So I really hope that I can add something meaningful into the world with these videos or whatever I'm doing, and for myself it's just a learning lesson all the time. The next morning was time for some oatmeal, of course, and I was feeling quite okay, looking forward to what this whole trip is gonna bring. And it's nice and sunny today. And look at this. Look at this. It's beautiful. What a beautiful day. And there's a few other campers here in Huerta. Huerta. So it's gonna be a big bowl. I always cook too much. Yeah, I still have like the headache and the exhaustion from the last month. Still like the uncertainty of the future. And I've always lived an uncertain life and chosen the risks over the safety. And maybe they're just catching up with me. Yeah, I'm just gonna munch on my breakfast and that's it. I continued my journey and drove through a small village close to Coimbra to visit some friends. I met them last year when traveling, so it was beautiful to come back. And they have this beautiful piece of land that they bought a few years ago, and I wanted to figure out how they are living there, because I was interested in if this is something for me.
I'm Roy.
I'm Lotte.
This is our third year here on this place. Before we were traveling around in the van. Fell in love with Portugal. Thought about like maybe we can buy our own land and park our van there instead of like searching for all type of spots. Started looking for land. Then we found out we can actually buy like proper big land, and that's how we slowly end up here.
When we were in the Netherlands, we were never super happy. Like we were happy, but we felt we were not really on our place.
Not on the right place, huh?
No. Also, yeah, most of the time not really happy. Most of the in the winter it was always a sad time. Not really sad, but we were not really happy, and we could feel it in everything. And all the time when we went to Portugal, we came and then it was like super relaxed, and also in a relationship, I think. When we were here, we were super relaxed, both of us, and it
worked out super good. Today's project is the tipi. We had an old tipi which we treated, and it ended up being good again. So we're leveling the space over there now, so we can put it up, and yeah, we have an extra space for her morning yoga. Laat ze uit je handen eten. Anders.
Yeah, right?
Well, it's your chickens.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
actually true.
Yeah, we didn't plan on doing or taking any animals this year. Actually, we wanted to focus a little bit more on building the house. But we were for 2 weeks, and Lotte was already convinced like we gonna do chickens. So we did build like a super budget chicken coop. Took 3 chickens. Yeah, same thing. We never did this. We're new in this, and
It's really
Also-
fun, actually.
yeah, it's chill.
It's really nice to open the door every morning and they come out really excited. And it's for now just chickens, but I really like to be surrounded with animals here. The main thing is that we want a place where everyone can come and we have the space for everyone to chill here and have a good time. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Have a good time.
It was really nice to spend some days with them. They live such a wholesome and peaceful life in Portugal, and they're just really kind people. I'm very grateful for them that they hosted me there. I made a full documentary on them, which is also available on my channel.
You never knew what you wanted. And you never knew what you would become.
I continued my journey and decided to visit the legendary spot of Nazare. I have always wanted to see this place in real life because it's the place where the biggest waves in the world have been seen and have been surfed. I'm currently at Nazare, the place where the biggest waves in the world have been found. Not today, unfortunately, and have been surfed. It's nice to feel the energy of what it could be. And there was also someone surfing the waves. I think they're still 5 meters today, throwing them in with the jet ski. So that's cool to see. And now I'm gonna head on a little bit that way on the coast to Peniche. Been there over 10 years ago once, and haven't been back since. So I'm curious. Maybe I will stay there for the night. So I drove on to Peniche. It was just an hour south from there. I made some food and I headed to the sea in the hopes of a sunset. It was cloudy, so unfortunately not a real sunset, but I just enjoyed playing guitar and looking over the ocean and having some time for myself. Actually, this is the place where I've surfed for the first time in my life. It was here on this beach right next to me. It was over 10, 11 years ago. The first time I touched the surfboard. It was huge. The whole week it was big waves. It didn't catch a proper wave at all, but yeah, that's just how it goes. And it's funny to be back. No matter what we have going on, no matter where So I stayed for the night and I decided to stay another night, and I tried to go for the sunset again. It was sunny and I made a nice video from it. I used the song that I made with Jerry Guns. It always fills me with so much nostalgia. Fit perfectly. Enjoy.
I could stay here, drifting slow between your breath, with our legs go. Your head on my shoulder, I start to see the warmth you give is part of me, like dawn that melt into the sea. You pull the light and give it free. I close my eyes and tell myself this night is ours and nothing else. It makes me forget the world outside, the winding roads we left behind. As hours stretch and time moves slow, we find what more we'll never know. And if the morning takes this away, at least we had the night to stay. I close my eyes and tell myself
So I enjoyed this beautiful sunset, and it was really calming. Doing things like this all by myself always gives me some sort of energy. And in general, I'm slowly regaining some of my energy, and I'm able to do more and more. I could even surf again. This peaceful, calm lifestyle in nature really helped me to get there. So after a great time in Peniche, I drove down south all the way to Faro to pick up my girlfriend from the airport. She was gonna join me for a week of traveling through the Algarve. 6 years ago, I spent a few months around this area, and I was really curious how it would be to be there again. We stayed a night at this beautiful beach close to Albufeira, with a lot of other campers, and yeah, I decided to take a nice walk and make some beautiful shots from it. Here at the beach, at Praia de Tomatos, close to Albufeira. I think that's Albufeira that you see in the back. Party paradise. Well, not for us. I picked up my girlfriend from the airport yesterday in the evening, and then we drove here. But she unfortunately got a little bit sick this night, like a little bit of a fever. So hopefully it all goes well. It's not too bad. We had some oats on the beach, which was really nice. Morning in a nice place. Hope she feels well, and we're gonna go visit the market in Portimao today. And then we're gonna head into the mountains, or the mountains, the hills at Moliets. So we drove there and found a beautiful hike on a lot of wooden stairs. It was windy and a bit cold, but it was a really nice hike nonetheless.
My safety shell, internal well. It's like I'm stuck in a cycle, locked up in a cyclone of thoughts. I am so done. It's like I'm stuck in a cycle, locked up in a cyclone of thoughts. I am so done.
So the next day we drove to Odeceixe, one of the prettiest towns on the west coast of the Algarve, in my opinion. And we stopped first for some breakfast. And afterwards we went into the town.
Gaan we lekker eten?
Ja.
Wat heb je gemaakt voor ons?
Is it jammy or do you think it's raw?
Then randomly I got in touch with an old classmate of mine from when I studied photography. She had moved to Portugal and invited us over to come and stay on her piece of land. And yeah, of course we had to say yes. I mean, look at this place. I'm here in Alentejo, visiting Sarah on her farm, or the piece of land she manages here, together with my girlfriend. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. She takes care of this piece of land and is developing it for the owner of it, who is also a Dutch guy. They're building lakes, planting trees, digging up stuff, building houses. They're completely off-grid, fully off-grid system, and it's amazing. The view is beautiful. There's dogs, there's donkeys, there's chickens, there's goose. There's all kinds of stuff. And now we're gonna chill and have some dinner. And yeah, you might see a little bit more of this. On this day, my new song came out with Bella Luna. It's called Little Miss Playa, for if you want to check it out.
Little Miss Playa, rolling round and round your fingers. Don't you know a boy's not made of stone? What gave you that idea? Little Miss Playa, preach your traumas like a mantra. Every man's a cheating guy. You bet the bitch and use empowered. How dare you frame your self-entitlement?
It's now the 19th of April. 19th of April already, crazy. Last week I traveled with my girlfriend for a week, which was really nice. And I dropped off 2 days ago, and now I was just on the campsite, recharging myself, some stuff, using the Wi-Fi, doing some work, and doing a laundry, washing some stuff. And tomorrow, out in the wide world again. But yeah, I've just done some editing and now I'm gonna make some dinner. So I'm gonna do, what did I have in mind? Something like a risotto. And I have some asparagus and tomato. So I think like a tomato risotto, maybe with some asparagus on top. Nice. Some olive oil. But Parmigiano. Or like grana padano, whatever. Yeah, this might be one of the best meals I ever made now. So the next morning I felt energized again after not feeling super well for a few days and resting. And I just bought a new surfboard to improve my surfing skills. So I drove down to a beautiful beach called Peniche, where I tried it out for the first time. Met some nice people in the water. The waves were small, but it was fun.
First time on my new board. It's a bit more difficult, but so great. It's such a big difference between a soft top and like a proper board. Like it's just the steering, the feel, it's way more flowy and that was nice.
And afterwards I drove to Sagres to hang out with a friend and decided to shoot a little video with her on her life with her blind dog, Marley.
I'm Shalley, I'm 26 and I'm from Switzerland. Now I'm traveling in my van with my dog Marley for 1.5 years almost. I got him 3 years ago. I adopted him from a farm when he was only 4 months old. And he's like 80 to 90% blind. And I had no experience with blind dogs. But I got him and the first few months were really hard and I was questioning what I've gotten myself into. But I fell in love so hard that we somehow made it work. And now I cannot imagine my life without him anymore. I always had the feeling that there's more to life than to work a 9 to 5, to have your 2 days off. And I was struggling a lot back in Switzerland. I was not in a good place with myself. I was not happy. And I was not who I wanted to be or who I thought I could be. And that one thing led to another. And I ended up in the van with my dog. I bought the van in April 23. Like it was always a dream of mine to buy a van and build it out myself. And then I just, it happened that I looked it up at the right time and bought it. And then I built it out for 4 or 5 months. And went for my first travels to Norway and Sweden. And then decided to give this full-time van life a try. And somehow it's still working. Blind dog can show you even more than a dog with eyesight can. It's like being so full of joy, even though you don't even see the beauty around you, but still like being happy every day. Like made my life a lot better. Yeah. Yeah, I'm basically married to this guy now. There's we share everything. Yeah, buddy, I know. It's okay. I love you too.
So I stayed in Sagres for a few days. Usually in the mornings I would go surf at Peniche, then I would come back and then I would hang out or go skate at the skate park, which was right next to there. It was a little bit of a weird skate park, but yeah, it was still fun. It was really good.
So it's my first time skating again in I think over a month or 2 months. And it feels really nice. I'm a bit wonky still, so everything feels a bit sketchy. But yeah, it's also a very familiar feeling.
And after the session, it was time for a nice sunset with some friends. And another day in Sagres. This place just keeps me here, it's so nice. I wanted some alone time, so I went to the beach to see the sunset, or to the cliffs actually. And I sat down to talk a little bit about my journey so far and why I chose to get a van and live this life.
It's my second night now in Sagres and I'm having such a good time here. In the morning I wake up, I go surf at Peniche, then I go back and I chill and I'm right next to the skate park, so we can skate, we can make some nice food. Yeah, life is pretty relaxed here. I'm thinking if I can figure out where my desire to travel came from, or the desire to get a camper van, be free and be able to do stuff like this. And I don't think I really know the answer. I think part of my story is that I'm half Dutch, half Croatian. And I was born in the Netherlands and I grew up in the Netherlands, but especially in my young years I spent quite some time in Croatia. We went twice a year usually, and until like my 13th I was there for a month every summer. I had friends that I would see again and I could speak the language. And I think this growing up but seeing two different cultures from a young age made me question how I want to live more, I think. And especially later, in like when I was like 16, 17, 18, like I was already skating for 6, 7, 8 years, and that was a big part of my life. And I discovered music and surfing and photography, and I started exploring all these paths in life, and I guess somehow it led me to the desire to do this. Some of my best friends started traveling as well, surfing. I mean, the first big trip we did after high school was a month surfing in France. We traveled down the whole coast. So I guess these memories had always stayed with me, and somewhere I was chasing the desire, or I was chasing freedom in some way, but I don't really know what that means. I know I've found something which feels freeing with doing this, but yeah, I'm not exactly sure what it is.
Now when I look back on the journey, I see that I felt free from the stress and the pressure that I was putting on myself back in the Netherlands. Here I spend most of my days outside, making friends, surfing, eating good food, and just enjoying myself. Even though I was still not back to full energy after my burnout and had to take a lot of days to rest, I slowly felt like I was regaining the energy to live my life how I wanted to.
Barranco Beach. So when I was here 6 years ago, this is the place where I spent most of my time. And it's a beautiful, beautiful place. It is known as the hippie beach of Portugal, or maybe even Europe. The road to here is crazy. It was already terrible 6 years ago, but now it's really, really bad. It's like I There were 2 times that I was like, I'm just gonna turn around, I'm not gonna make this. It's super scary.
So this place is a little bit controversial, as it's a free haven for people, but it's also illegal to camp there. So the locals often aren't too happy with people sleeping there. I've had some beautiful memories in this place, and I see what beauty and freedom a place like this can bring. But I also see that there's a lot of people that don't take responsibility for their actions. They leave their trash, they take drugs, and they take up a lot of space which isn't really theirs. In terms of physical space, but also with their energy. I wish we could have more places in our world where people could live in a bit more of a free way, in nature, in a community style. Places that aren't that regulated, where things can flow a little bit more naturally than, for example, a paid campsite can. I don't know what the right way to do this would be, but it's just a thought.
So I went for a little hike up to the cliff. So this is a place where hippies have been for decades. And before the parking that was there, they would just stand on the beach. It's been like this ever since. And it's crazy to me. But I wish there were more places like this where freedom in some way could just be. And just a little note, if you come and visit this place or Barranco or any of the places that I show, please treat them with respect, take your trash, be kind to people. We have to do this together.
So the next day I went back to Sarah, where I stayed last week together with my girlfriend on their piece of land. This time I got to know a bit more about her life and why she chose to live in the way that she does.
Well, yeah, I'm Sarah. I live on a rural piece of land in the middle of nowhere in the wild west of Portugal, I would always say. I work as a project manager and as I call it land guardian. I guard the land. I tend to it. I try to make it healthy, and I love it. Yeah, I wouldn't see myself leave anytime soon. My house is my temple. I love my house and I love my animals with it. It's my special place. It's very small. I used to live in a van before that in a tent, and it's really nice to have a place where I can just put my stuff down. After 3 years of kind of roaming around and being through Europe and not really knowing where I was going to end up, to now have a chicken in my hand and a dog with his head on my lap, which is so cute. It's just so nice to be able to ground. Yeah, sometimes it's for me difficult to describe, but I work for someone who doesn't live here but loves to come here. And he wants to create this place as his paradise, and he basically hired me to do that. So we're building, a beautiful property, and so what I do is project management, care of the terrain. I plant trees, I make the soil healthy, but at the same time I'm working with diggers and I'm creating an outside kitchen. I don't do it myself, but I hire people to do it. We're working on reforestation, regenerative projects. A lot is happening, and I am all guiding everything. The land itself is 20 hectares, which is big. And the plans and the dreams of this land is to have a place where you can come and feel at home, where you can be close to nature, disconnect from the busy life. Where we are from, like the owner of the land is from Amsterdam. I used to live in Amsterdam, and it's really nice to come here and disconnect. And I think this is really the purpose that we want to create, to be closer to nature and to be able to calm down. And for me, this is the purpose of life, to work together with nature and to learn and grow with it. And I would love for this place and this land to be a place where I can inspire other people to do the same. Maybe not in extreme as what I'm doing, but in a little, I don't know, it can be a little sparkle that I can give to someone that can help them grow. Yeah. I was studying journalism and I was super overwhelmed. I was renovating a boat, I was working full time and I was doing a study and I was just like out. I couldn't do a lot anymore and this also made me question whether I like my studies or whether I'm just too tired to continue. So I took a break of 3 months thinking like, okay, then I really can say if I'm just too tired or if I really don't like it. And then I arrived on this farm in Italy. I did volunteer work, and after 5 days, I just knew this is gonna be the rest of my life. What I would love to mention is that look around you, see what is there, hear what is there, and feel the wind going through your hair, and let it guide you in the way that you want to be. Because I think this is so. If everybody would listen to this, the world would be such a better place.
I was really touched by Sarah's beautiful story and how she approaches life, so full of joy and energy. I got to know more about off-grid lifestyle, what it means for your friendships, your daily life, and much more. I created a longer video on my channel about her if you're interested, but after that I was exhausted and I needed some time to recharge.
I just spent 3 nights here. I did absolutely nothing. I just had a few chill days. Played some video games, watched some TV, cooked some food. Only thing, I went for a run in the morning and I would wash myself or take a dip in the lake. And yeah, now it's time to move on. Only thing is that Spain and Portugal and the part of south of France had a power outage yesterday. A very widespread power outage. So I had no internet from yesterday, 6 or something, and now it's slowly starting to come back. So I hope it works and I can use my Google Maps because I am quite reliant on that. Otherwise, it's just driving without Google Maps.
I'm back in Peniche again. So I drove back here because I wanted to visit a friend, which I hadn't seen in quite some years. And I knew I could stand here with the van, which is always nice, and the waves were really good, so win-win. So I'm here in Peniche. This is the surf hotspot of Portugal, maybe even of Europe. And yeah, it's very well known for its multiple beaches, and always there's an opportunity to surf. So here I'm the beach called Playa, a legendary beach with multiple breaks, beach breaks. There's a point break, there's a different break in the back. And you also have got the beach Super Tubos, which hosts an annual surfing competition for professionals. And there's also the huge bay here. And then there's also more beaches around. So no matter the condition, you can always surf here in or around Peniche. Yeah, probably you cannot see it, but all the way in the back there, you can see Nazare, and that's the place where the biggest waves in the world have been found. So there is something special with this part of Portugal. Something brings the waves here. I had some really great days surfing here in Peniche, and it's such a magical place, like the coast, and I ended up loving my time here so much more than I expected. I also met a friend, Laura, with who I hung out with for some days, and we just had some beers, and now I wanted to enjoy this magical moment of this place.
It's now the 4th of May. Yeah. And I'm still in Peniche, almost for a week now. Yeah, and I met some nice people here while surfing, and some friends are here. The surf here is just one of the best that I've ever had, because there's always a nice place to surf and the waves are great. The waves are so good. Yeah, and it's now more than a month that I'm on the road. It feels like such normal life. And I keep forgetting that, I mean, the van life thing is a big hype, so a lot of people are doing it, but still, for majority of the people, this is such an unthinkable situation to be in. So I'm very, very grateful that I'm able to experience this in the way that I do.
So the next day we got invited to a barbecue at Johan's place. It's a friend of mine and he is renovating a house there for someone else. And by chance, some other friends of mine from the Netherlands also appeared to be in Peniche, so we grouped all together and we organized this thing. We bought some nice food, veggies, fish, all kinds of stuff, and prepared it together. Had a beautiful dinner, some nice drinks, and it was just nice to hang out with some people together. The next day, me and Laura drove on to the north, slowly heading back towards the Netherlands.
Yeah, today the surf was bad, so we decided to continue and checked the surf in Figueira da Foz, but it was also not good, so we ended up here and just hanging out. I'm gonna cook some food soon, still some leftover fish, and try to make something nice. And I have like 3 more weeks or something to get back home, so we're gonna head into Galicia soon, try to do some surfing. And yeah, life is pretty good on the road. Kakjes opnieuw?
Next day we made it to Galicia, and this place always is special for me. I love the coastline, the culture, and just the quiet that's here.
Back in Galicia. Last summer in August I was at the exact same spot as I'm right now again. Yeah, which is fun to be back because it's one of the most beautiful places that I've ever been with the van. It's just directly at the sea, private beach. And now there's a sunset, and tired today. Not much that I'm gonna do. Just gonna watch the sunset, at the bed, chill. No surf for the coming days, but it's good to be back again.
After resting for a day, we went to the beach close by to catch some waves. It was cloudy, but the waves were nice, and the only thing this day was that Laura forgot to turn off her lights or something, and her battery was just drained, so we couldn't go anywhere. So we decided to stay the night here and kickstart her the next morning to get going again.
Yesterday I arrived here at Pantin Beach in the north of Spain, in Galicia province, which is one of my favorite places in this area. I was here last year for the first time, and it's a famous surfing beach between the hills, beautiful waves. I'm now on the road for like 5-6 weeks. I have a little bit less than 3 weeks left on this trip. But yeah, it really feels like home. I love the peaceful life. I love the people you meet and the quality time you spend with people. In the Netherlands, everyone always seems so busy in the city. Everyone just seems so busy and doing their thing. And yeah, here you just make space. That's what I hear from everyone that I meet on the road. You just make space for each other, or if you move somewhere else, you just make space because you care. And in the Netherlands, most people seem to care about work, which also makes sense. I mean, everyone needs to make a career, and everything in the Netherlands is really expensive, so you kind of need to make a career. So the people that chose to leave that life behind have different priorities, I guess, in general, not always, of course. And I also like the Netherlands, but it is hectic. I started this journey to document my life and have a memory of this trip and what I'm doing. And I feel like that's working, and I do enjoy making these videos, and I want to get better at it. I want to learn, I want to share stories, I want to explore the world and share those explorations with other people, because there's so much beauty in this world. There's so much magic, and it's all just a combination of choices that we have to make to end up somewhere. And we have to break through the anxiety, break through it, and make the decision to live your life in the way that you've always dreamed of. That's what I hope to do, and I hope I can inspire some people to do the same, because life is really worth living.
Catch me any time of day, just everything they say about me.
I continued my journey through Galicia. I took some days for myself to find some nice beaches, some nice waves, and just have some quiet time.
So I was driving to Esteiro Beach, and I ended up now at Esteiro Beach, but a different one. I spent some time here last year as well. It's in the north of Galicia, on the peninsulas. And wow, it's so beautiful, and there's no one here. There's no one on this whole beach. It's crazy. Because last summer I was here, it was not crowded, but the cafes were open. There was like a small bar, and there would be some people on the beach, but there's just no one here.
So this was one of my most memorable moments from this trip. Seeing such beautiful, untouched nature with no one around, by yourself, is always magical. Then I continued to the other Esteiro beach, where I actually meant to go in the first place.
I just came back from a beautiful sunset surf. I was the only one on the beach. When I walked in, there was someone sitting on the beach. Getting the wetsuit off is always possible. When I went in, there was one person just chilling on the beach. Went away after like 10 minutes, and then I was alone. Sunset, alone on the beach. I didn't see a single person. Welcome to Galicia. Crazy stuff.
I knew that this was the last leg of my journey before heading home, and I thoroughly enjoyed some quiet days for myself. I was glad that the feeling of the burnout that I'd had was mostly over. I still needed more time to regain energy than usual, but I also had a lot of energy to do things again. I could surf again, I could skate again, I could do all kinds of stuff. I'm super grateful that I was able to take this journey and experience this in the way that I did. And thank you for following along. I appreciate it a lot, and I hope I could add something positive to your day.
I've been traveling for almost, no, I guess 1.5 months now. Just living outside on the beach, eating good food, moving a lot. And yeah, I really love this lifestyle. And I'm very grateful that I'm able to do it. I met so many people that I didn't know before, or like barely knew before. Had a lot of great quality time moments, which are often hard to find in the Netherlands because everyone is so busy. Cooked good food, went out for good food, drank some wine, some beers, had good conversations.
In the evening, I decided to go back to the beach for some sunset guitar playing. That's the life. I'm so tired today. And these days I get reminded that the whole trip started with me being in a burnout. And that I'm still not back to full energy. And yeah, I mean, I'm doing better every day, and there's a lot of days in there that I have full energy and I can do whatever I want, and I can surf multiple times and talk to people, hang out, even drink. And there's days that I'm just crashing down, tired. Today's one of those days. So I'm here at the skatepark in Chove, I think it's called. We're doing a warming up on this pump track, which is actually really fun. Such a good skatepark. Such a big pump track. But yeah, let's go on. Yeah, we're in a small town actually. I don't know, I guess not more than a few thousand people live here, but they have a beautiful skate park, pump track, dirt track, camper place next to it. It's kind of nice. Not gonna sleep here because I'm gonna go back to Esteiro beach, one of my favorites. And now let's try to skate a bit. I don't do it so much anymore, but it always feels good.
I did a few tricks. I hope you enjoyed the video, but yeah, I disappointed myself. It's okay, 'cause I want to get better and I want to continue progressing, and it's just frustrating if your progression seems to go backwards, and the hard reality is it's never gonna get better than it used to be. And that's something that I'm gonna have to accept and learn to deal with over the years, yeah. I'm walking on these rocks on my bare feet. But yeah, had I guess an okay day. We went to Viveiro for some lunch. I skated, which was a bit frustrating. And now I tried surfing, but there were no waves, and now the waves are good, but now it's getting dark, so sad story. But yeah, see you tomorrow.
It was a bit of a rough day and I was low on energy. It was also a very confronting day, but that's also good. And the next day I drove to visit Kiki in Asturias and get to know more about her and a huge renovation project she is doing in a small Spanish village.
I'm Kiki, and I'm doing this project together with Lucas. And we are in Spain, Asturias, in the, how do you say that, the province Piloña, in a little village in the mountains somewhere. We bought the house 1 year ago. 1 week ago, it was a year ago. We arrived in Asturias 3 years ago. So we've been here for quite some time, but this is our house for a year now. Okay, so this is the front of the house, and that's the project we're doing now. So this is it's supposed to be a gallery, so it's all made of like glass windows. We'll show you the windows later. But it was all, the big beam was rotten and the windows were smashed and also rotten, so we took it out and now we're putting a new one in, but all the old style. And the old stuff we're gonna use for different things. I don't know how old it is, we're still figuring that out, because it's also built in multiple stages. And half of the house was house and half of the house was barn. And then they expanded, so they built like an extra part, and then this became a house and that became the barn, and then the barn was maybe like 1 floor, and then they added another floor, and that's how the house is built in several years. But the architect thought the gallery was from 1920, but I think the house is older than 1800 maybe. Hola! Sí. Oh no, well, we had like a guess and I was like, well, 3 years. And Lucas said, no, this is like 7 years. And we also have the plot in front of the house is buildable. So I think it's also possible it's also possible to make like a tiny house there. But then it's gonna take even longer, but we don't know when we're gonna do that. So I think in total we can be busy for 10 years. I think it would be very nice to have people coming here who can experience like the tranquility and go on adventures if they want, or just chill and have just experience how different life can be from being in the city. One of my biggest things in my life is also to help other people have fun. Mm-hmm. So if this would be a place to just have fun or be happy in whatever way, that would be a dream for me.
Oh,
yeah. And just try it out, go see it, like visit people, see how their life looks. yeah, if you feel like you have to do it, just do it. Just do what makes you happy.
It was amazing to visit Kiki and see how they're approaching such a big project, a huge inspiration.
So I just arrived at Playa Cathedrais, which is one of the famous beaches here in I guess, border of Asturias in Galicia. But it's so damn touristic, and in Galicia there was no one, so there's a reason I don't go to these places. So I'm not gonna stay long. Ooh, so I'm at Xago. Xago is a beach close to Aviles, which is close to Gijón in the north of Spain, in the region of Asturias. It's a great beach for surfing, big beach. People are going surfing. Should I? In 2 weeks I'm already home. And it's not the first day that I'm home. So yeah, time moves so quick. It's gonna be strange to be back home again. I'm gonna miss the beach and surfing and just this life. I came here to chill, play some guitar for a bit. I might join my neighbors for a hangout later. I'm here at Playa de España, the beach I visited last year as well. And I hoped I could stay at a parking behind there, but it's just like a lot of other parkings now in the north of Spain. In the off-season they're closed or not accessible because tall grass, or there's even a cow walking here on this piece. So I'm waiting for the campsite to open in like 10 minutes. And then I'll head there and just stay for the night, get a nice warm shower, maybe do laundry. Let's see if I feel like it. If they have a dryer, I might. Time goes so quick. 2 months, gone. But yeah, it's crazy. I'm very grateful, I'm happy, I loved every second of it. I love this lifestyle. I love being outside, walking bare feet through the sand, chilling at the beach, being outside, meeting people. It's great. It's great. And yeah, that's it for now.
The journey home down the north coast of Spain was progressing, and I was driving a little bit every day.
So I guess I'm in Cantabria now, close to Santander. Hola.
Viva España.
No español.
España.
Viva España. Sí. Yeah, well, that's how good my Spanish is, I guess. And I stopped here now, and I wanted to sleep here, but I don't really like the parking, so I think I'm gonna look on a bit and see if I can find something else. Because it's just the parking, it's not with a nice view or especially nice place. The beach is beautiful, but it's not at the beach, it's a few minutes walking. And yeah, it's time to head home. 2 months of travel almost over. And the north of Spain is so beautiful, so lush, so green. You got the hills, you got the forests, you got natural parks, you got the ocean, you got everything there together. So I really love this area of the world. Yeah. But yeah, let's see. I need to find a different place to go and stay because I don't really like this. Hey there. Join me on the hike?
Forcefully fed, deep disrespect. We take as we please, forget what we need, disregarding the heart. We've been growing apart. Is this
Gorgeous.
the point of no
I'm here just past Santander today. I drove from the hills a little bit, like around the Picos to here, like 2-3 hours. And now we're going to go on a walk or a hike or whatever you want to call it. The nature is beautiful here, so I was a bit scared of the cows because there's like cows on the other side of the fence. They're free and they're staring at me. So, but yeah, it's okay. Let's just continue this walk. Let's see where we end up. I'm currently walking to a little house over there, which is supposedly a little like viewpoint. But it looks like a cute cabin at the end of the hill. So I want to go and explore, see what it is.
After the hike, I drove on like 5 minutes down the road to another spot which was overlooking the city. It was really beautiful.
So I'm here at the border of Zarautz and we're heading into the city center. I'm gonna grab some food, cruise around. I drove through it today. It seemed like it was a lot of life, which is new because like in Galicia and Asturias there's nothing happening now in May. And here I think it should be fun. It's a city that I visit every year, or every time I pass by I kind of go to Zarautz. Because I kind of like it, have some good memories here. So yeah, let's go.
forget as hours stretch and time moves slow, we find what more we'll never know. And if the morning takes this away, at least we have.
So I'm just cruising around the city. It's nice to see it again. Just gonna try to get some drinks first somewhere, maybe get some food later. So I'm here in Zarautz. It's a beautiful city in the north of Spain, in the Basque country. I think one of the richer cities in this area. You can see it, the buildings are beautiful, everything is clean. And I always love these places that you come back to every time. So every time I go to Spain I pass by Zarautz. I don't know why, but I like the vibe here, it's a nice place. I love that the Spanish culture is way more focused around being outside. So people just barbecuing with their families or going outside to eat together is just a normal thing here. It feels so good, it feels, yeah, very nice. It's my last week of the trip, so in a week I want to be home. Latest, maybe I'm gonna be home earlier. But I'll spend the night here and then continue on to France and then hang around France for a few days. Yeah, just a simple life.
The police woke me up in the night. Luckily, no fine.
I'm here at the skate park in Capbreton. Finally made it to France. Yeah, I have a few days to chill here before I really need to start to drive home. And I checked the surf today at Santosha, but it was very small, it was basically nothing to surf now. So I went to the skate park. And yeah, I was doing some tricks. And there's this little like hip sort of thing where I managed to fly over a really nice ollie. And I'm gonna try to kickflip it. So yeah, let's try it.
Whew, that one felt really, really good. Really, really good.
So I'm back at the same spot as where this trip started 2 months ago. I got here and I was just trying to get out of my burnout. And I'm back 2 months later and I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So my body shut down. From one day to the other, I was putting a lot of pressure on myself and it was just done. I didn't have any energy. Walking to the park for 30 minutes was already too much and I would have to take a nap. And yeah, it was scary, and that went on for a few weeks, and then I decided to leave. I had already scheduled this trip, but I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to go, but I decided to go anyway. And already within a week on the road I was starting to feel better. I was still tired, I needed a lot of days to rest, so every time I would do something I would also need recovery time, more than usual. And I still do, so I still need to have like proper resting days. But in general I'm feeling good. I can surf again, I can skate, I can hang out with people, I can even drink as well. So I'm doing good, and I think being outside in nature, having some space to think about everything really did a lot of good to me. And it's crazy, these 2 months just flew by like this. Yeah, so for anyone who is struggling with the city or pressure on yourself, or you know that there is a life out there for you where you don't feel that way, a way more calm life. And like, I'm not saying for myself that I want to go out and live in the fields and not do anything anymore, because I'm also very ambitious. I'm doing this film project. I still want to make music with people, but there's a space for everything. So I think I will more regularly try to find a place where I can breathe and be with nature, get out of the city.
The next day I drove 2 hours up to another spot for my last stop of the trip. I went to the beach to enjoy some beautiful moments.
Hey, so I'm here in Gironde in the south of France. Just gonna go to the beach to watch sunset, hang out for a bit, play some guitar. Yeah, let's go. Now I'm here for another 2 days or something, and then it's off to home. Then 2 months of traveling is done. And I hurt my arm a few days ago with skating. Yeah, I tried surfing again, but it just hurt and it didn't work, so giving myself some rest. I hope that maybe tomorrow or the day after I can still get some waves, but I'm also okay if not anymore. Yeah, it's been quite the experience. And now just gonna chill, play some guitar. Yeah. 2 months go by, and the time seems to fly away, and I wonder why I choose to stay. 2 months go by, and the time seems to fly away, and I wonder why I choose to stay away. Why I choose to stay away. Time for a beer. Cheers to the last days of my travels. And yeah, it's truly been a memory. A great memory. To be able to make a living doing what I love, to travel around, meet people. It's a lot of insecurity, but it's a lot of freedom you get in return. And sometimes I wish I could live a more simple life, but it's not made for me, and this life is not made for everyone. I've worked hard for it. I've always put passion and love above everything else, or at least try to. And it brought me places, and I'm very grateful that I arrived at those places, and the world is open again. I don't know what's gonna happen, but there's a lot of cool stuff on the horizon, so let's do cool stuff, and yeah, you'll hear from me again.
If you made it all this way, I want to say thank you. Really, I appreciate it a lot. I just started my filmmaking journey a little while ago, and this is the first video that I'm doing. It's mostly for myself that I have a memory of this trip, because it means a lot that I can do this in the way that I can. And I hope to see you on the next one.